Welcome to the ALCON S2 Daily Update Brief for the 8th of November 2023, information cut off 20:30 hours New Zealand time. Bottom line up front, northern Gaza is currently isolated by the IDF, intense urban combat is likely, Melanesian leaders to miss upcoming Pacific Islands Forum, Australia faces massive network outages, shutting down essential infrastructure, international coverage, Gaza assessment. Northern Gaza is currently isolated, with Hamas seemingly unable to re-establish above-ground communications within Gaza. However, it's probable they are still coordinating through underground tunnels. The focus of combat near the coast suggests that the IDF may plan to push forward along the shoreline. This strategy could exploit weaker Hamas defences in the area to encircle the city even further. Hamas appears to be strategizing to lure the IDF into intense street-to-street fighting in urban areas, a tactic that could lead to heavy losses for the IDF in both personnel and equipment. At this point, Hamas's objective seems to be to prolong the conflict as much as possible, as time is a disadvantage for Israel in this scenario. Over in Africa, an explosion at Canada's High Commission in Nigeria's capital Abuja has killed 2 people and injured 2 others. However, reporting suggests that this is unlikely to be a terrorist act. The main power lines to the city of Goma in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo have been cut due to an escalation in rebel fighting nearby, leaving hospitals and water systems without power. DRC government troops and the United Nations peacekeepers have launched a joint operation aimed at reinforcing security around the capital of the North Kivu province in Goma. Analysts comment, the city, as well as Sake, face threats from several armed groups, including the M23 rebels group, which Congo accuses Rwanda of supporting. Indo-Pacific coverage. A former American defense official on Wednesday has called on Taiwan, the United States and their allies to be prepared for a moment in the late 2020s when China's People's Liberation Army might launch military operations against Taiwan. Analysts comment, as I said yesterday, nobody truly knows when or if this will take place, and a lot of these comments are hyperbole in nature, unless they've got solid analysis behind them, which I didn't see in this reporting. China's PLA has deployed new infantry fighting vehicles, or IFVs, to the Eastern Theatre Command, specifically with the 73rd Group Army stationed near the Taiwan Strait. The newly inducted IFVs, likely Type 19 or Type 22 IFVs, boast a design consistent with Western trends, potentially offering enhanced armour protection and heavier mission systems due to the higher gross vehicle weight. The Pacific Island Forum is taking place this week, and notably, the leaders of PNG or Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu and Solomon Islands are skipping the event. Analysts comment, founded in 1971, the Pacific Islands Forum is the region's premier political and economic policy organisation. It comprises of 18 members, nations from 3 sub-regions being Melanesia, Micronesia and Polynesia, as well as Aussie and New Zealand. The leaders of the 3 Melanesian countries have been courted by China in recent years, and this forum is likely to be dominated by climate crisis discussions and US-China rivalry, which would possibly hinder progress towards unity in the region during the age of great power competition in the Indo-Pacific. Of note, China recently hosted the South Pacific Islands Countries Cooperation Forum in Shanghai only a couple of days ago, an almost certain alternative to the Pacific Island Forum. Chinese state media has reported that Pacific Island nations want closer ties with China. And moving to domestic coverage, Australia. Nearly 50% of Australians lost access to internet and phone services on Wednesday due to an Optus network failure, disrupting payment, transportation and healthcare operations. This incident, which began around 4 a.m. local time and persisted until late afternoon, highlights concerns over the resilience of Australia's essential infrastructure. Analysts comment, not only does this outage highlight resilience issues in Australia, but also highlights issues across Western nations if a similar event was to occur. Essentially, without these networks, day-to-day services that keep society functioning would fail, and chaos would likely ensue after about 48 hours. And in New Zealand, a Jewish community centre in Auckland has experienced vandalism, with someone spraying graffiti on the barrier and attempting to start fires. The barrier at the rear of Beth Shalom, the Auckland Congregation for Progressive Judaism in Epsom, was defaced with various phrases including Gaza, Save the Children, Ceasefire and FUK on Tuesday evening. Analysts comment, while isolated incidents related to such global issues can occur anywhere, widespread violence between Jewish communities and Palestinian supporters in New Zealand would be unlikely and not consistent with New Zealand's overall record of peaceful coexistence among different communities. That concludes the daily update brief for 8th of November 2023. If you got value from this brief, then please give us a rating, leave a review, and share this around with anyone else that would get value also. Yes.